Hey, what up? It's New Age Ja, and welcome back to Mystical Illuminations. So, today is a pretty interesting day as the Sagittarius lunar eclipse is appearing tomorrow. Mercury retrograde ruling the opposing sign of Sagittarius, that being Gemini, is set to go backward come this Thursday. If you haven't noticed, there's been so many reworkings in regards to a belief system, your eternal or your internal belief system, as well as the way that you choose to identify aspects and assets of your identity. You will here now notice that you are being eclipsed, or you are eclipsing a once perceived philosophical teacher or mentor. If not this, then you are closing a chapter on a particular belief, philosophy, or religious view. Now is the time that you will realize that what you've been practicing in thought and mind begins to concretize. On the other side of that is the fear-mongering, the fear of what could be and what is, that is set to distract this formulation of new belief. Although we do not see very much of Venus, but there's a Venusian sense at play in regards to value. The beliefs or the overarching rules and impositions placed upon you from what seem to be hierarchical components are now decomposing, set to say goodbye. If you haven't noticed, you kind of feel like you're dying a little inside. Wait, maybe you just feel like you're struggling with a particular fear, with a particular belief, and you don't even really know where this belief came from. You don't really know where this thought is coming from, but all you know is that it's nagging you. Something is nagging you. Something is ripping at you, tearing at you, distracting you, becoming parasitic in mind. If you've been taking well care of your body, well care of your system, you will notice that the parasites are going to try their best to latch on. So as you begin to release an old belief, as you begin to release these old laws, these old ways of being, a new identity is set to take its place. What does that mean? Gemini being the things that you identify with. Having it as a mutable energy means that our identity can be always shifting, always emerging, re-emerging, submerging, coming back into place. Trying on new faces, trying on new words, trying on new dress, trying on new location. And you can say, well, no, I've been this way for 50 years. I've never been one to try all different kinds of things. Well, then tell me how you feel. Tell me, how adventurous has it been? The lack of adventure in your mindset is what's bringing you to this turmoil to begin with. Something bigger is trying to take place. Something bigger is trying to take form, but there's just aching parasite, this aching thing, belief system, thought bubble that is just draining you of your resources, draining you of the potentialities that lay there before you. Don't you see that you're trying to say goodbye? Don't you see that you are detaching? Don't you see that something is coming to an end? You may not be aware of it, but we know that it's causing a fire of desire or disrupting it. So, with the total solar lunar eclipse in Sagittarius, there's a structure, a belief structure, a philosophical thought that is being wiped away from your hindsight, that is being wiped away from your memory, that is being wiped away from your subconscious mind. And this could be tied into the maternal lineage. God bless your mothers and your grandmothers and so on. Greats, 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 and greats. Mercury retrograde is going back to allow you to pick up the puzzles that you dropped along the way, allowing you to collect the facets of your new identity, the identity that you have collected but yet have not been able to integrate because there's been an older, archaic entity blocking this new entryway. And so the lunar eclipse in Sagittarius is clearing the path, clearing the entryway, allowing for this fresh identity to take place. Wow. You've been the student, or you have been the student, or you will become the student. You no longer have to abide by what anybody else is telling you. Put your headphones on. Clear your mind. Don't allow yourself to hear any of the distractions. Learn to listen to your soul. Learn to listen to your emotions. Listen to your inner compass, to your inner heart. We're no longer going big. We're staying home. And we're staying home so that we can fully come into who we've always meant to be. And it may seem a little childlike or new. Seems like we're starting from the beginning, wiping away clear to start from the beginning. But little did you know, or little do you know, that this persona has been built over time. This persona has been built over time. You've traveled over safely and calmly to new, clear, and fresh waters. There's a peace that awaits you. You've been on a tumultuous journey, a tumultuous emotional journey, and the dove has returned with his olive branch in beak and hand, letting you know that the tides are reducing and that land is coming forth. Land is coming forth. You will soon be met with a new paradise, one that you've only dreamed of. Allow yourself to release, to relinquish controls, laws, beliefs that do not fit you, suit you, that no longer suit you, that no longer fit you, that have only taken up space, allowing you to become that student chasing after knowledge, identities, facets, pieces of information, books, clothing, superficial items, allowing you, creating hunger within you so that you can experiment and bring change. But you haven't had the chance to actually fully become that. Now is the time, as you see that an old you is being eclipsed. The Six of Pentacles is here along with the Six of Swords. I mean, can we say relief? Can we say release? Can we say relief fund? Can we say that you're being repaid for all of the dedication, for all the heart and helping hands that you've given, your emotion, your time, your resources, your mental tranquility and your stability? You've offered it, you've sacrificed it, you've become it, and now you're ready to receive it, to receive the rewards of such, to receive the rewards of all that you've seen in investment emotionally. You know, Sagittarius is like it's an overarching structure that seems to hold a place that is above all else. But it sits high on the ranking tops, but in a way that reminds me of old history. And it sounds like we're speaking of that Capricorn, but no, the Sagittarian will now become a structure of time. The Sagittarian will now become a statue representing of times past, of distress past, of a doom and restriction past. But Sagittarius is freedom loving. How could you even apply all of this? Because we're having a lunar eclipse there. And so we are releasing the negative attributes of Sagittarius, which has planted negative and withholding belief systems that have captivated us and that have kept us from the true freedom of thought, from the true freedom of belief. The Wheel of Fortune is here. The Wheel of Fortune is here. It's time to make change. It's time to get things cranking and out the way. The gear's a little squeaky, a little rusty, a little tight, but it's getting ready to turn. What goes up must come down, and what is down must go up. Do I have any other messages for the Divine Collective? Yeah, this Mercury retrograde in particular is one that's bringing great relief. When usually it's meant to strike haywire. The haywire is being felt because of what is being cut away. Allow that to happen. And don't get sucked into the destruction of the Tower of Babel. Wow. That was strong. So that's my blurb for today. I hope you guys have a super blessed day, and I'll talk to you soon. Later.